Hey, can we find some $1,000 coins in our pocket change? Let's find out in just a few minutes here. There we go. I got to clean up my desk some, but look, I come across. Uh, I'm going through these bins over here that are full of packing material, and I know there's some good coins in there too, so I got to sort it all out, and I'm trying to make some room. And well, what did I find? I find more coins. Look at this. I got a sack of 1989s. Huh. Pretty mundane, kind of recent. What are we talking? 30, 31 years ago, something like that. Fairly recent. And you got all these channels. You see these videos. Look for this in your pocket change. Look for this $50 million coin in your pocket change. Let's bust that open. Okay, first off, I'm going to take you to the screen here in a second. Where are you? Okay, 1989. What's the most valuable 1989 penny that's been discovered so far? Where's the screen? Here's the screen. It's not set up. All right, here we go. We're on PCGS's site right here, and we're looking at their red instead of red brown or brown. We're looking at their red coins, and here's a picture of an MS 68 plus red. Dude, this is a peach. It's just about flawless. This is the one we got in the title for the video here. There's some polishing marks. Okay, it's not doing it any damage. There's a little bit of a contact mark here in the hair, but it's hardly distracting. It's a good sharp strike. It's not spotty. Boy, that's hard enough to find all by itself, right? This coin is virtually flawless. It's almost perfect. And what's the value on something like this? Looking at the auction records for the highest grade, that's 1989, right? And 68 plus, that's this coin right here that you see. They're saying 3,250, and there have been two examples that have been certified in this grade. Can we see the screen? Yeah, we sure can. Okay, a little bit less. Instead of getting the 68 plus, getting the regular 68 grade. Wow, look at the price. Look at the price difference here. It goes from 32.50 to 325. It's worth 10% as much, and you've only got two that are graded 68 plus. You bring it down a little more, one more grade from 68 to 67, and that price drops again to 10% of what it was. $24, huh? That's a pretty good coin, even at 67. Let's go through the sack here and see what can we expect to find in pocket change. That's not it. Okay, wait a minute. Let's get back. Let's find the chat because we're live. Here's the chat. Okay, here's home. There. So we're gonna see what the hell we can find. I see Mike White, Storm in California, Dave Blakely. Hope all went well on your travels. Did I go somewhere? I don't think I've left the house. Okay, this is what came out of, several boxes of pennies that I had sorted, many, many months ago. Bill J told me about the channel. Bill J's okay. Bill J gets on, he does his thing. And what we do here, we try to teach. We try to teach about coins and not get into the sensationalizing and hype of these tremendous coins that you can find in your pocket change. And I'm going to pick out some of the best looking coins we got here and see what we can see. We'll put them under the scope. Let's see. I think this one looks real good. And this one looks pretty good. That's a little spot, but we don't pay attention to that. Let's look at these 1989s. They're 30 years old. I'm going to set up the scope here, see if we can see what we can see. There. I can't see a thing. Can you see anything? There they are. They're just off camera is all. What do you got here? Oh, these were $3,000. Oh, you see this? I call it tabloid numismatics. What some of these channels are doing. They put up a coin. They say, "Look for this in your pocket change. It's worth thousands of dollars." But they only give you part of the information. They don't explain why is it worth $3,000. Is it because it's in good shape? No, it's because it's the top 2 or 3 or 4 certified examples, the finest known out of millions struck. And so I'm going to pull these right out of pocket change. What do we got here? I've got blemishes. I've got spots. What's that? There's some doo-doo here. Here's a big thing on his head. He sneezed. There's a slash through his face here. What's that black spot? Ah, crud. And this is a pretty decent one that you can find in pocket change. I've got abrasion, right? We got a little bit of wear here above the ear. Let's look at the other side. How's that look? We got more crud. I would hardly call this a good looking coin. This would not get mint state. See, I've got some wear across the bottom of the steps. Now, our change doesn't circulate like it used to. A lot of people now keep their change in a coffee can and get to it whenever. They take it to the credit union, dump it in the machine, which counts it up and says, here you got this much money coming. All right. Sometimes they take it to a Coinstar, and Coinstar keeps a percentage. What? Because it's not worth your time to roll the darn things up? Yeah, a lot of times. But back in the day, 100 years ago, well, 78 cents worth of change would buy enough groceries for a couple of days. Buy a sack of flour, or a bushel of potatoes. There's Hector. Good to see you. So nowadays, our coinage doesn't circulate in the same patterns that they used to, and they don't wear down as fast. A lot of times they just sit in cans or collection bins somewhere. Okay, what's wrong with this coin? Not a whole lot. It's been lightly passed around. It would probably qualify as AU, almost uncirculated, but it does have some gashes, some spots, plenty of red to it. Let's look at this other one. What you got? There's all kinds of little lines here. This is from polishing of the die. That's got nothing to do with the coin. Once it's been struck, this was created when the coin was struck. But we've got abrasion here, some scrapes across the vest. Let's see. Let's look at the edges. We got some dings in the edge. Really, if you're looking for the top quality coins, those coins that are worth, hundreds or more, we're not going to see this sort of thing. No. And these are the best we found in this batch. We'll keep going through a few more. I would hardly call this a mint state coin either. Look, I've got some wear going above the ear and the high points. Some definite abrasion here on his eyebrow. Let's look at the other side. See what we can see here. We got spots, more wear on the bottom of the stairs. Lots of contact marks on this thing too. Where'd that big one go? Right there. By my toothpick. Right here is a contact mark. These are polishing lines. Wow, that's hardly a beautiful coin. If you're going to explain why these coins are worth so darn much, you have to get further into it. Besides, it's just in great shape. 1989, that's what I've got here. I got two decent examples, and they're junk. There. This is pocket change. This is stuff that's been pulled out of rolls and sorted by date, right? There's a lot of nice shiny ones in there. Really, get the best you can find and keep it. Let's go around and find, here's a pretty good looking one. Ooh, that one looks really shiny. Let's look at this one, because I've got full cartwheel luster on this piece. We'll get the card over here, put the penny on the card, put the card under the scope, and have a look. You ready? There, what you got? I've got contact mark on his head, right? Big one just above his cheekbone. There's one on his nose. We got spots because these coins in 1989, this is at Denver, these were electroplated with copper. Well, they got to wash off the electroplating to get that solution off, and a lot of times it leaves these spots. So getting them without spots, tough. This is probably a pretty darn good one for being in circulation. I got wear here above the ear, some on his forehead, some on the cheek. Not much. Pretty good example, but it's spotty. Let's look at the rim. We got a pretty good smash over here. You'd hardly call it a smash, but once you get into the high grades above MS 65, 66, these become important, right? This is going to keep that coin from getting any higher than 64, 65, 66. There's another mark here on the bottom of the shoulder. Let's look at the back, see what we can find. Yeah, this is pretty decent shape for 1989. Okay, here, this is an example of the copper plating is starting to split. Well, actually, it probably split upon striking, and it's exposing the zinc below. So this coin is probably doomed to a lifespan of about 50 years. But here, spots, You can't miss those. We'll go around. Lots of spots. Terrifically spotty. More split plating at the top. But that's not too bad. That's pretty decent shape. Let me pull up a brown one, show you what more can we expect once you get into circulation. Here's the same thing, 1989, and we got light wear on the front of the vest, right? Light wear on the bow tie, just a little bit. These bright areas, that's where the wear is really starting to show. The bow tie, the vest, the collar, the chin, jawbone, forehead. These are the highest points in the coin. Look, here's some actual luster remaining on this coin. Huh. But you'll watch these channels, and sometimes they tend to sensationalize these coins. There you go. You got some wear going on in the stairs. Not a whole lot. It's been pretty well protected, but you got contact marks here. Some rubbing perhaps on this, on the top of the T. You got rim dings all over the place. What's that one? Dude, that got hit by a truck or something. Here's a substantial rim ding. This coin's a goner, right? Now let's go back over to PCGS real quick, because here's that shiny one I had. That one looks real good, but let's compare this to what they have on PCGS and tear it apart. Here you go. This is the 1989. It's MS68 plus. It's a high end of the MS68. Check out the surface of this. The color is even across the coin. It's not spotted. Gosh, that's a tough one to get all by itself. Just get a coin out of circulation that's not spotted. Here you go. Here's the reverse. The stairs are pretty tight. It looks like a little light abrasion right on the bottom stair. This may be a contact mark, and maybe a small polishing mark right up here, but otherwise it's not particularly distracting, right? The rim is beautiful on this. Let's go to the other side. Here's the front side. It's a pretty darn sharp rim. It's a little bit off center, a little thinner on the rim at the top versus down here on the side at 4 o'clock. Maybe not off center, but definitely slightly misaligned. Yeah, thin rim on one side, thick rim on the other. It's misaligned. Okay, this coin that you're looking at, yeah, that's probably good for a couple of grand. Looking at the prices, PCGS is suggesting $32.50. There are two specimens that have graded that high. One and another one. And the chances of you finding one better than, say, MS65 in circulation are few and far between. They don't even have any graded. How many they got here? 69, 36, 2 and MS62. These are coins people sent in to be certified and graded, but where's the values? You're dropping less than the cost of certification on these. Huh. Why would you send out a coin to be certified when it's MS62? Well, people don't know what they're sending in. They don't understand the whole process and why you send it in, and haven't done the homework to be able to grade it for themselves first. Huh. But once you start getting some marks on the coin, it's down below MS65 real quick. Figure MS65 is a point where there's nothing you can really see to the naked eye that's distracting. Fairly uniform color, can have some spots, but no contact marks worth mentioning. Here you get a beautiful coin, and there might be two graded that high. That's why they're worth $3,000. Here we go. I pulled up a website. It's called, what the heck is it? USA Coin Book. Okay, here it is. A USA Coin Book has a list of most valuable coins. Let me get to the top here. There you go, and I'll give you the link over here in the chat. Here's copy, and I'll paste it right there, so bear with me. There, you can follow along if you like. Hit the button. There it is. Okay. So we're looking at this page. Most valuable U.S. pennies. Now, how many of these are you going to find in pocket change? And why are these so darn valuable? the first few coins are the 1943 and 1944. The coins are produced on the wrong planchet. They produce a steel cent in 1943. Well, for whatever reason, some bronze planchets got in there, so you got bronze 1943 pennies, and you've only got a couple of specimens of those. And then the next year, you got a couple of these steel planchets that ended up in the mix of the 1944 run. You've only got a couple of those, maybe 9 at most, and they go for good money, but not all of them. But oh, excuse me. Let's pull up this 1943S. Okay, it's in bronze, and how many of them are worth this good money? Here it is. Yeah, some wrong planchets got in there. The top price they're showing, they're saying $537. No, $537,000. Okay, and here it is right here, uncirculated MS 60, $537,000. And people look at that and say, oh boy, I got one of those. I got a bucket of the darn things. And they look at the price guides, and well, there's all these other columns that they don't understand, but here's the biggest number of them all, so they automatically assume that that is what they have. All right. Yeah, grade is everything. The condition of the coin is everything. I'm going to go to PCGS now, and let's see. We're going to pull up, okay, let me start over here. We're going to pull up the wheat pennies. Okay, Lincoln wheat reverse. That's the ones we want. Let me see if you can see what I can see. Shift it over just a little bit. Here we go. And we'll come down to 1943. 1942. Okay, it's up. Where is it? The steels are separate. There, steels, the type 2. 1943S. In bronze, there are, you ready? 5 known. Okay, out of 191 million pennies struck that year in San Francisco, here's your big number, 191 million. 5 of them have the bronze planchet. 5 and only 5. Meanwhile, you got 2 million collectors out there. All right, what kind of values are they getting? Let's see. We've got certified examples in MS62, but I have no auction record. We got a certified example in AU58, and that was sold, let's see, 4 years ago at Heritage Auctions for $282,000. Wait a minute. This guy says $537,000. For AU, they say $397,000, but the auction record is $282,000. How much is my coin worth? Huh. Especially since there's only one. Now they've got 4 showing here, and NGC also has a couple of certified examples. Probably this is the same coin, I bet you. Let's open this up and see. Let's have a look. Here's one in AU53 brown, certified by NGC. Yep, and I have to go through and find lot number 4764. At Heritage Auction at the Fun Show. Okay, 47. Okay, we're going up 50, so I need about 15 pages in. Is that right? Let's go to page 15. Nope, I'm totally wrong. 47 divided by 50, 15 pages in. Yeah, that's right. Okay, we'll keep on going. We'll find it. 47. Page 22. Oh, page 35. 47 what? I'm going to look this up again. I really should take better notes. Nope, that's the other one. Pull that one up. 4764 is what we want to see. 47, 1 page behind. I got to go back 1 page. Go to page 34. There it is right here. PCGS number 82715. Okay, that would be the 43S in bronze. This one sold for $228,000 in AU53 brown. Is from the Kenneth S. Wing Jr. collection. Oh, it's got a pedigree to boot. Are you serious? Yeah, that's right. Let's see if we can pick up the lot number and see what that says. Okay, no photo of this coin. Yeah, few and far between. And still, value is entirely dependent on quality. Here's an AU55 brown, which may be the particular coin in question. Yeah, it's brown. That's a lot different from a red example. Can you find these in pocket change? Um, it would be a cold day in hell for anybody to find one of these in pocket change. If the 5 have been discovered so far in the past, what are we talking here? 70 years? Let's see, 50, 60, 70, 77 years, 5 have been discovered. I don't expect any more to be found. Seriously. Let's see, where's that magazine I just had? I was looking at the, here it is. Well, there goes everything on the desk sliding off. All right. People get these price guides and they look at them. All right, and they look at all these columns. What the hell are all these columns? They don't understand the nature of the hobby and the fact that grade is paramount. Grade and rarity. Those copper pennies from 1943, those are rare. When you have 5 examples, yeah, they're few and far between. And then grade is everything, right? Down here you got the lower grade, which is why you have a lower price. Up here you have a higher grade and a higher price. And the difference from one grade to the next down can be a factor of 10, right? Huge difference as you go down in value on these things. Right around XF, when you drop from XF to VF, a lot of times you can cut the value by a third right down here. But the big dollar coins are these over here. And these are few and far between. There'll be 2 or 1 or 4 or 5, and that's it. Huh. So we got all these folks watching all these videos thinking, geez, I've got all kinds of those 1989 pennies, and they're worth $3,000. Oh, I'm rich. Call up the boss, tell him what you really think. Don't show up at work anymore. This is pocket change. This is what we can expect for quality in pocket change. And really, anything more than, say, 5 years old is probably going to show some evidence of wear, right? Anything's been in circulation for a couple of weeks is going to start to pick up these contact marks, which is going to keep it from getting a grade anything higher than MS64, MS65. So already, just being found in pocket change, you probably are not going to find anything super valuable based on the date alone. It would have to have something else special about it, maybe a particular die variety, which you probably can't identify anyway. Here you go. This is that shiny one we just picked off the pile. What you got here? I've got spots galore. We got contact marks, rubs. See the way the metal reflects differently? It's been scrubbed, scraped. What's this? A scratch. We're going to have rim dings. This coin would not reach an MS grade. Nah, not even close. We got some wear here. Just a little wear is all it takes, and you're no longer an uncirculated coin. Yeah, we got wear on the tips of the letters, some of the high points here. Nope, not good enough. Pretty decent, pretty high grade, but it's circulated. And the contact marks are going to take it down from the highest grade into the range. And that's all it takes is a few blemishes. 1 or 2 blemishes, and it's not going to be the tip top. It's not going to be those top couple of coins. So then you got to get into is it a die variety? And honestly, unless you're experienced and spending time learning the process of how these coins are made and what to look for, what are the subtle differences that tell you and diagnose that it is a doubled die and it's not die deterioration like you see on the 9. Oh, wait, is that lathe lines? It looks like concentric. No, that's just something hit. No, that's not it. people hear about something, they hear, um, what do they hear about? They hear it's a broken plane, and what do you know? They've got 37 examples of that. Oh, I have one of those right here. Here it is. Was this made by? Is this an example of a broken plane? No, man. No, it ain't. But what have they heard of? Well, that must be what it is, because they haven't been exposed to the hobby long enough to really get a good grip on that. Uh, Gosh darn it. There's so many things that happen with these things. There are issues that occur at the mint and issues which occur outside the mint. And honestly, there are far more ways to screw up a coin once it leaves the mint than there are during the process of manufacturing that thing. No, none of these are decent enough. Let's look at some more of these. What you got here? Let's pick up some of these shiners. That one looks pretty good. How about this one? Don't you hate when they take a coin and hold it like that? Dude, you're getting your fingerprints all over that coin. While it might have been a beautiful red coin before, huh? You just frigged it up. You just took it down a grade just by doing this to it. So maybe it was an MS68. It sure ain't now, and it's worth 10% of what you thought. Okay, let's look at these. Spots, scrapes, issues. We got these lines are an issue of the zinc plancha. These are called plating blisters. What you got? I don't know what that is. Is that a toenail? I think it's a piece of chocolate stuck to the penny. Nope, not good enough. How about this one? All kinds of spots and blemishes. We got some scrapes going across the face. These are goners. They're not terrifically wore out. Okay, he's got a big smash in his forehead here. They're not terrifically wore out. They've got plenty of original luster, but these are nowhere near the level of quality you would need for mint state. Just not good enough. And once you get into mint state, then you need the very finest, the top 1 or 2 or 5, right? You've got to be the top few. And we're not talking the top 100 or the top 1,000. We're talking the top 10 known examples. And once you fall below that, the value drops precipitously because there aren't that many people who want the absolute best of every example of every date and are willing to pay for it. There we go. Well, that's my spiel. I'm going to find the chat and catch up on questions. I found 2 quarters last night with a gold tone, real nice. Sulfur, right? Sulfur will impart a golden or yellow color to coins. Where does sulfur come from? Cigarettes, onions, garlic, alliums, coal, burning logs will create sulfur. Take a needle and pop that abscess. Pop that blister, man. Let's catch up over here. Sherry says hi. Good to see you. Cajun's here. Listen says, I got 10 of those, all MS70. No, you don't. It's tough to get MS70s. Look, here's a coin produced at a mint. No, wait, here's one. Here's one. Here's a coin that was produced, right? They made 174,000 and a little change. Back in 1994, going out with the, let's see, the Botanical Garden set, right, was this darn nickel. They made a similar coin in 1997, but this is a special strike. It's a satin nickel. It says right on there, SMS. And this thing was handled beautifully, kept out of circulation, never went into circulation. It was shipped out in a specially packaged set. And the best they could do, they only had to make 174,000, and the best they could come up with is MS68. What would keep this coin out? Let me take a look at this under the scope, because there was the lightest blemish here on the back. Let's see. How you looking here so far? I got to keep this at a tilt because the lights are going to bounce off the plastic. Let's see if we can find some issues, some flaws, some problems. There's a minor contact mark right here. Not much. What you got here? A couple of little spots. They're pretty tiny. But if you want those top quality coins, the best of the best, your coin has to be just about perfect, almost without a blemish. I get a few minor blemishes on this one. Oops, let's look at the back. What you got here? Aha, there, something left a small mark on the coin right there below the U and S. And that's enough to take it from MS70 down to MS68. All right, there's just a little pin mark. Do you see any contact marks? You see, the marks where another coin is dropped on it? This coin is in really good shape, I would have to say. The fields are exquisite. We can go around the rim and look at that. Now, if you can find something like this in your pocket change, you're doing great. Here is another tiny blemish on the rim. And combined, this mark here and that mark on the rim is probably what brought it down to MS68. Now, if you can find something this sharp, this neat, this spotless in your pocket change, then you might have something. But the chances are, dude, you got a better chance of being a warm turd in Antarctica than finding a coin that's nice. Did we just show that? Yeah, good. Yep. So that one's certified. It's a peach. How many coins in circulation are an extremely high grade? You can open up a brand new roll, brand spanking new. Went from the mint to the Federal Reserve to your bank, and you got it in a brand new box, and you'd be hard pressed to get MS65s and 66s out of that box. Never been handled by a human, right? Been sorted and rolled into rolls and shipped around the country a little bit, and you'd be hard pressed. These are new coins, says David Blakely. You broke a tooth and an abscess, so my top lip is swollen. You got that Bubba Gump going on. Yep, everybody's saying hi. Oh, Mike Kittle's here. Good to see you. So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah, there's a chance. But if you hold your breath, you're going to suffocate waiting for that chance to come through. Most of your circulated coins, once you get it back as change for buying your whatever you're buying, your smokes or your cola, they probably have already dropped below MS65. Well, you can hunt for them, really, but the high dollar coins, they're high dollar for a reason. They are few and far between and in beautiful shape. Where do you go to the best source to find any mint state coins? Where do they get the mint state coins? People buy rolls from the mint, right? Now the mint has rolled them. They haven't gone from the mint to the Federal Reserve to a rolling company and then get rolled and then go to the bank and then get picked up by you. So they have not been transported as much. They transport these coins in these sacks. They're 4 feet across. They're about 4 foot wide, a couple of feet tall. They weigh, 2,500, 3,000 pounds. They got hundreds of thousands of coins in there. And just driving along on bad roads is enough to shake them up, right? And if I do this long enough, I'm going to start to wear down these coins. Well, we're only talking little marks. 1, 2. Every time you throw your change in the cash register, you're adding another mark to it, right? That coin, it's MS68 right now. Now it's MS67, 65, 63, and it's damaged. Those top coins are handled well. They slip through the cracks. Perhaps they went into mint sets. Oh, where'd we have? Here's one. I've got a 93 mint set. Bill J had sent this into the big show. I can't say he might be watching. I don't want to ruin the surprise. Okay, here we go. These are mint sets. For many years, the mint produced these just real shoddy. The plastic was thin. They scooped them out of bins and handle them just haphazardly, and then they're packaged poorly and rub against each other. Even these uncirculated, packaged at the mint, you'd be hard pressed to get over MS65. They've gotten a lot better with the mint sets, but well, historically it's been a shoddy product. So you hunt. You get the early rolls, and ones that have been released by the mint or rolled up shortly after being produced, and you got a chance. Folks will go through those OBW rolls, right? They'll go through these. Here's a roll of 1961. Let's look at a couple of those. Oh, give me a card. Let's see what we can see on these. Right? Getting the coins out, you can screw the darn things up real bad. There we go. So here's a, well, it's not an OBW roll. It came in a tube, but they're in pretty good shape. I'll give them that much. Let's look at them. We'll look at a couple of them. Okay, we'll look at 4 of the darn things and see what we can see. Well, folks will pick up these BU rolls, these brilliant uncirculated rolls, hoping to get coins that have not been circulated. And what do we have here? I got a coin with very little wear. Huh. I got a coin with few contact marks. Well, let's pick them out. There's one here. All right, right in front of his face. We got one across his face. Shucks darn. There's a couple on the shoulder. All right. What's that? I think that's a piece of lint. Let's see if I can touch that. Let's get down close to the coin. Yep, that's a piece of lint. Probably paper from a wrapper. And look what it has done. It has discolored the coin. Paper is a great source for sulfur. But these fields are pretty darn clean. There's a contact mark up here, pretty minor. Most of these vertical lines you may see. What's that? Let's see if that moves. I think it's a piece of toothpick. Most of these vertical lines you're seeing are polishing marks. That was the die was polished, creating these striations. Here's the back of one of the coins. They're pretty solid. Look, this is really weak in here. All right, what is that on there? Okay, that's kind of weak in here. For the high grades, you need to have a strong strike. Okay, the weakness in here, a lot of times it's shaped like an hourglass. Well, you got Lincoln's head down here, big round area, that's his head, and you have his vest. Okay, a weak strike would produce that. All right, but how are you doing for marks? Not too much for marks on this side. That's pretty good shaped coin. How about this one over here? Another decent one. A little bit spotty, not too bad at all. I think I saw one on his cheek, a little mark on his cheek. There we go, one on the back of his shoulder. Pretty darn decent specimen. People go through these BU rolls hoping to get the very best, and sometimes they find one in MS66 or 67. But they're going to be hunting for a while. You're not going to be, picking them up by the handful by any means. Let's turn some of these over. There we go. And let's look at the other sides. Okay, let's see. There you go. A little bit on his cheek. There you go. A couple of little light marks. Not a whole lot. This coin would probably go MS64. There's a mark here. The color is pretty uniform. There's a bigger piece here. That's a bigger gash. I have a few spots. There's a bigger spot. This one's distracting, I would say. That one might be MS63. Let's see, this one's upside down. Let's look at it. Okay, what do we got? We got a pretty sharp strike. I'm showing all the steps. Okay, that's good. We got all the cornice work. That's a good sharp strike. I like that. Not a whole lot for contact marks. All right, but I do have some blemishes. Here's a little carbon spot right here. There's a spot right here, a little blemish. Well, you're not going to get perfect coins. Not very often will you have a perfect coin from a business strike. Oh, wow. So how can you get the two examples that are, MS68? Because you've gone through a million coins to find those top two, and that's what it takes. Most of this hobby is repetition, going at, looking through roll after roll after roll, bag after bag, collection after collection, looking for the best. And once you get into the higher levels, MS 65, 66, 67, finding a better example, uh, it's tough, dude. It can take many years before you find a better example, and you may never find a better example because you're getting into the top 50. Uh, Few and far between. How you doing tonight, Johnny Ray? Says Hector. He's okay. Evening all, says Rosalie. But I'm a country boy. Okay. I sent a 59 BU roll in my package for the big show. They're the best struck coins I've ever seen. Is that here? Did we find it already? Let me look. Let me go over the. It's over there, so I'd have to go through. One moment. What's Liston? What's your real name? Linda Liston. Bill. Kickstar. No. Let's see. 59. Let's say Chris. Paula. CJ. No. Who's that one? No. Okay. Kickstar. What's this one? Pets. There we go. I got a couple of rolls from Galaxy 471. Yeah, from the big show. So we got a 1969S, and we got a 1972D. And I think I just opened these up last week. Yeah, because the tape has been broken. So let's take a couple of these out and have a look, because as I recall, these look pretty good. Let's take a couple out. There, that's a 72D. How do these look in brand new rolls? So you grab them by the edges, because if you touch them like that, you just kill that coin. Okay, let's see what we can find. Here's what we get from those rolls. The bottom one's a little bit spotty. Let's see if we can see. Under the scope you go. Ready? Let's pick these apart. 72D, we've got a few carbon spots. This is the one on the bottom. This is a fingerprint. See that pattern? That's a fingerprint. This will get ever darker. Year after year, it'll get ever darker. That's in pretty good shape. There's some contact marks. Looks like something hit him in the cheek there. Somebody playing ball, probably. Don't play ball in the house. Let's look at this one. 1972D. Much better on the spots. All right, you'll get a spot here and there. They're not a deal breaker by any means. Here's a pretty sizable contact mark. That's enough to keep it below 65. Yeah, you can get good specimens. But getting the fine, 67, 68, 69, they are few and far between. That's a 1972D. That's pretty darn decent. I've got good uniform color across this thing. I'm going to zoom in on that one. Let's make that focus. There we go. All right, here's a coin with uniform color. Let's look at the rim. Rim is looking sound. Okay. We get some thinning over there on the left. It's a little bit out of alignment. It's a little thinner at the top. Let's turn that over. Oh, this is how you turn it over. Dump it up. You get a piece of paper, you slide it under there, right? You get it to the edge, and then you can grab it by the rim and turn it over. Look at the other side. Oh, look at that. The front side was pretty darn sharp, but on the back, we've got a mark here in the stairs. A bigger one here, a little below, something over there. Got a couple of other blemishes. Not quite as sharp strike. That's still probably a 65. Huh. Really? Yeah, that's pretty darn good for these rolls. How'd this one turn out? Spots, scrapes, scratches, spotty. Huh. Let's look at that 69S roll, see what we can see. I'll slide these back in. Where'd the lid go? Don't lose your lids. All right, 69S. I've taken a couple of these out. Oh, these look pretty good. Let's look at those three. Set them up. Oh, I can show you what we're doing here. Here we go. There's 3 coins on a card. I've got beautiful luster across these things. I wish it could focus. There we go. Great color. Every bit of original luster on these. Now let's pick them apart. Now when I stick a coin under this scope, I'm showing this thing up in magnification. You shouldn't grade a coin in or buy a coin in. But what you got here? I've got contact mark above the date, one on his chin here, one on his neck, one behind his ear, a couple over here in the fields. Great shape. Color's quite good. Here's a little carbon spot here. How about this bottom one? Okay, we got a couple of rubs, just light rubs. This is normal. This is part of his vest. All right, a couple of tiny little rubs. Contact mark on his ear. Looks like a light one in his hair, one across his forehead. Yeah, that's enough to take it down. This bit right here on the edge, it's not going to get better than 65 on this. How's this one? How you look? How you look? We got one going across his ear. We got a pretty good size roll mark here. A couple more over there. Big mark here, big mark there. Another one on the shoulder. Another one over here. Yeah. Now you're in the 64 territory. Let's turn these and look at the backs. All right, that one's pretty sharp. That's the best one from the other side. Can you pick out the blemishes on this coin? Big one right here. Big contact or carbon spot. Another contact mark there. Let's go around the rim and look at that. If you want an MS-68 coin out of pocket change, well, good luck. That's all I can say. So I didn't find your 59D roll. If it arrived, it's probably on the desk here somewhere. This Coin Captain. I have a package for you, by the way, Coin Captain. Yeah. But you gotta look stuff up. If you think you have a superior quality coin that's worth thousands of dollars, right? Or if you think you have several, that's going to be a key indicator that you're probably wrong, because those super high grades, they're few and far between. And if you have a lot of them, that's usually the indicator that no, you don't have the best of the best. You might have pretty decent coins. These are pretty decent, I tell you that. But they're far from the top 1 or 2 or 10 known examples. And if you get into it, if you want to send your coins off for certification, you really would have to know the grade of the coin before submitting it. Because, I mean, if one grade point difference is a tenth of the value, left, if 90% of the value is dropped, by going down one grade. Uh, that's a skill you really would need to develop. So I don't recommend anyone ever sending these coins in because they're really shiny or really nice. That's how you get those MS62s that are certified out there. There we go. Right. Let's see. That's how you get MS65s. Yeah, that's pretty nice coin. You got 69 of them for 2000. No, for 1989. But that's 69 people that spent $40 to certify a coin that's good for $1 or $2. You get 232 in MS66. Well, that's 232 people that sent in a coin to be certified, only to find that it's not as great as they thought, and it's worth less than what they paid to have it certified. Right? Take a step up to MS67. These are pretty darn decent coins. And you got 326 people that sent one in, only to find that it's not worth the cost of certification. So out of all the coins submitted for certification for 1989, the top 30, 40 are worthy of submitting. The rest of them, and you got, where were you? 7.2 billion of these. You got one of these for every man, woman, and child on the face of the planet. And only the top 40 so far make it possible to recover the certification costs. The rest of them, no, they'd have done better off to spend it. They'd be $20 better off if they had spent the darn coin. That's what I'm talking about. So when you see these videos and people saying, look for this quality coin in pocket change, question that. First thing, question, are you really going to find those valuable coins in pocket change? Why are they valuable? Because it's the top, the cream of the crop, the best few, the best handful of coins. Or there's only a handful that exist, and you probably won't find it in circulation. Puddentane, what? Let's catch up on the chat. Look at the die crack above the 0 and 1. I done put them up. They're back in here. We'll leave them there. On the 69, let's see. It would be one of the first three here. 1, 2, 3. Die crack above the O in 1. On a 69. Did we see a die crack above the O in 1? Here's a scope. I got the top 3 coins back out. Okay, O and 1. We'll look for a die crack. Is it this one? What you got here? There's a little bit of a, looks like a die gouge. Something has imparted a little gouge on the die and left you with this. All right, this is a polishing mark. This line was my stick right here. This is a polishing mark. Yep, this is extra metal for sure though, but it's not a double die. Let's see, this one does not show it. And look at that last one. Look at that. This coin has the same marks, those 2 gouges, as this one down here. Isn't that neat? So these 2 coins were produced from the same die. Kind of a neat thing. All right, these will end up going out the big show. And it's a great way to identify a die variety. If you find one, you find a double die, you look for these little subtle marks that are the fingerprints of that particular die, and it helps you confirm what you have. Let's see what else is funny about this. Okay, E pluribus unum looks pretty darn normal. States looks normal. I'm looking at the points. I'm looking at the point of the S, the corner of the A. Right? I'm looking at the shape of the inside of the U. I'm looking at the dot and seeing if it is it round or is it shaped like a kidney bean. This looks like a normal coin. Okay, what you got here is a coin that's in great shape. It really is. It's even got something that's a little bit not quite unique, but these would be few and far between. But these don't add any real value to the coin a lot of times. I keep that sort of thing, and I would mark that, but it doesn't make it a marketable value. Here's the other one, same darn marks. What makes people pay money for die varieties? They're more extreme. They're bolder. They're bigger. They have more scope, more coverage, more affected area, more visible. Die cracks and chips, that's my thing, and I keep them. But it doesn't mean they're worth anything. I got a barrel of them right over here. Yep. Spike head die cracks here. There we go. Well, I thought I'd get on and try to debunk some of this tabloid numismatics going on, because there's so much of it. This is what we can expect to get in our pocket change. Coins with marks and doo-doo on them. Plenty of doo-doo. No end to the doo-doo. Coins that have stains. Stains? Yeah, discolorations. This is, let's see, what's this one? This is going to be a bit of a verdigris here. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? No, this is zinc rot. Verdigris is corrosion of the copper. What you got here is zinc rot. Give me something sharp. Give me, oh, where's that knife? I got a cutter I use to open my mail here somewhere. I wonder where that went. Here it is. Here it is. Oh, reminds me, I got some mail. Okay, there's my cutter. It's a razor blade. Don't do this at home, people. You'll cut yourselves and then die. All right, I'm going to stick this into this spot right here and see what happens. Oh, look, it comes off. I'm barely rubbing. All right, you can see by the distance this stuff is moving how much force I'm applying. This is classic zinc rot. It's hydrozincite, and it has no structure, no strength to it. There we go. Let me put that sharp. Look how sharp that is. Where'd it go? Look how sharp that is. That'll open your mail. I'm going to put that sharp edge here on this coin right below the A and rub it just as hard. Oh my God, it's scratching that coin all to hell. All right, that's how hard we're pressing on this. And what's it doing to the zinc rot? It's exposing more zinc so that the zinc rot can continue even faster. Yeah, that's it. That's all that is. That's what you can expect to find in pocket change. What's this one? Coins that have been around. Lots and lots of marks. There. We're going to be able, I got to do a couple of shows on detecting and identifying correctly damage. There's some damage. We got a pit in that coin. What's going on with this one? We got some wear started here across the face, flattening that thing. There, what's this? We got some crud or some, what is this crap? Scrape it off. No, that's a bit of damage. Now it's even more damage. Stop the self-decaying coins. Yeah, I thought you said stop defacing coins. There you go. It's got crud on there. Let's pull out the toothpick. It's got, what is this crud? Somebody spilled a milkshake from McDonald's, and this is dried up vanilla milkshake. What does a vanilla milkshake do to a coin, even dried up after a couple of years? Well, a lot of times it'll protect what's underneath it. There you go. Let's see if we can move that aside so we can see the copper under this crud. Well, it's like if you ever have a carpet in the house and you put another carpet over it because it's a high traffic area, and then you take away the covering carpet and you get this rectangle and it's nice and clean. Oh boy, that's great. Of course, now it makes the rest of the carpet look like hell. You got to call the guy to come and shampoo it. There we go. So some of this crud that ends up on coins will actually offer a layer of protection. You move it aside and hey, it's nice and bright and shiny. That doesn't mean the rest of the coin is worth a damn. Now this one's worth a penny. Yep. Most of the coins, and I mean most of them, produced after World War II are in such quantity that they'll never be worth anything more. Oh, look at this one. Anything more than face value. Unless they are the very, very best of them all. Here, we got some crud here. Discolorations. Some rubs here across the top. This coin's been passed around like a dirty whore. Trash. The value on this one is written on the back. What's it worth? A penny. Not even a cent. It's worth a penny. Common dates, circulated, unless it's special for some other reason, it's going to be worth a penny. Yeah, you've seen this stuff. Okay, that's enough of my rant. I'm going to get back to work. Wendy's Frosty is safe for coins. That's what I hear. They're not as acidic. They're better in your stomach, too. Yeah, I don't get nearly as much heartburn from a Wendy's Frosty. And stay away from these strawberry Frosties because they are more acidic and they can really screw up, especially the nickels. Here it is. This is what you're probably going to find in pocket change. Regular, common dates with some amount of circulation. You might find some shiners. Well, those are the ones, if you're looking for the highest grade, those are the ones to go after. Everything else in circulation, I see them as really good practice for identifying die varieties. If you want to take it, take it further. That's why I have all these, because I'm hunting for die varieties. Yep. So what are you going to do? The next guy, some guy says, look for this in pocket change. And then ask yourself, how many viewers have found any of those valuable coins he keeps talking about? Probably worth half a cent. But still like a milkshake from Foster's Freeze. Man, I like a good milkshake. They put the malt in it. Do they still do that any place at all? You get a scoop of ice cream, a splash of milk, right? Some berries maybe, a teaspoon or a couple of teaspoons of malt. That really dresses it up. Some whipped cream on top. If it doesn't sound like that when you're drinking it, it's not genuine. Okay, Spike says, I'm done with your rolls. I'm ready to put them in the mail. Oh, God love you. All right, guys, I'm going to take off. You stay groovy, okay? Soda jerk. There you go. Good night, all. That's the wrong button.